Hello, I'm Dennis, Tai Chi instructor for Aging Partners. Today I will be demonstrating for you the 21 movements of Tai Chi for arthritis and fall prevention. But before we get into that, I'd like to show you the Tai Chi salute that we will start with each Tai Chi lesson. So Tai Chi salute is these 4 fingers, and these 4 fingers mean nothing until we join them together, and we have friendship, and the thumb comes in to form humility, and our right hand is a soft fist, and that comes together, and now we have strength, friendship, and humility. So today I'm going to be showing you the 21 movements, and before we get into that, I'd like to show you some of the warm-ups that we do, and at the end I will also demonstrate cool downs. So warm-ups always begin, we start with our neck, shoulders, hips, knees, and our ankles. So the first warm-up, and each warm-up is 3 per warm-up. So actually we're going to do the first warm-up, and it's neck. So we bring our hands slowly up, palms turn in, push the neck back, and then release it, and slowly, slowly watch our fingertips as we go down. Then our next neck exercise, we'll drop one hand down, left hand faces, and we slowly follow those fingertips around about halfway, making sure that we're only using our neck. We cross palms. A little bit further next time. Now we'll move to our shoulders. We just slowly rotate forward 3 times. Backwards. Now we have a slight bend in our knees. We bring our arms up. And each time we're going up and down with our knees. And now we stay in a slight knee bent position. And this exercise is going to work the tiny muscles in our spine. There's little muscles that attach to each disc in our spine. And so these 2 exercises will also do that. See, as I go down, I keep forming my ball and rotating that front bottom hand up and switching places with both hands. Now we're going to turn our torsos. So our torso turns, we're just moving our torso, not our arms. It looks like my arms are moving, but I'm actually just turning my torso. Now we'll move to our hips. Our hips, we start out with our heel up, toe up. We'll stop in the middle and go to the back. And as you get more advanced at this, you can just start in the front and just carry on to the back. It takes a lot of concentration to make sure you're supporting yourself with one leg. Now our second hip exercise, we point our bottom fingers up to the elbow and we form an invisible wall, but we push our hips into that. So we're just pushing our hips. Then we switch, put the opposite leg out. Now we'll move down to our knees. So we put our soft fist at our hips and we're going to step out heel toe and punch with the opposite hand, nice and slow. Bring that back. Making sure that you're getting some support out on that weight shift in the front leg. Now our second knee exercise will be toe heel. So we step out, toe heel, punch, opposite fist. Now we'll move down to our ankles. In our ankles, we like to place our fingers 2 inches, about 2 fingers from our belly button. And this is our Dantium area where we have a lot of our energy storage in our core. This helps make your core strong. And I'll get into the Dantian breathing before we do the exercises, but 2 fingers below our belly button. And we're just gonna try to breathe down into that area. And as we do, we're just gonna go inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, switch, now we're going to do the in and outs of the ankle, so we're just going to turn that ankle in and go out. Inhale, exhale, switch, okay, good. So we'll just shake that loose. And now we're warmed up and we're ready to go into our movements of Tai Chi for arthritis and fall prevention. One thing I'd like to mention before we get started is in Tai Chi, we always breathe through our nostrils. We never breathe through our mouth. That way we can breathe that, store that energy into our dantian area. Breathing into the dantian is takes a little time to learn, but the more classes that you attend in Tai Chi, you should be able to pick that up. So we're going to start out with our core movements, and there's 8 core movements with a closing movement. Then we'll move into our extension movements, and then after I do both of those movements, I'll throw them all in together for you. So before we always start out, make sure we got a slight bend in our knees. And I'd like to also mention that a slight bend just means a little bit of bending in your knee. If you look down and you can't see your toes, you're bending your knees too much, and we don't want to cause injury. So we just want to make sure you have a slight bend in your knees, and that will continue all the way through your movements. Make sure we have a nice tall posture. So what we usually do is we'll just stand like we have a string in our belly button, and we pull that out, and then we pull it up so our posture is nice and straight, and that we're not straining, we're just nicely, gently stretching ourselves up. So let's go ahead and begin with the core movements. So we'll start with our regulated breathing. Our first movement is the commencement movement. Commence. Now we've closed out of those 9 core movements, and now I will demonstrate for you the extension movements, which get a little bit more intricately, and you'll see it's a lot more interesting than just those core movements. So let's go ahead and we'll begin with that. There's a lot of movement on the feet here. those are the two sets of movements. Now I would like to put them together for you all at once. We're going to start out with our regulated breathing. Okay, that completes our 21 movements. So now I'd like to show you the cool downs. So our cool downs consist of our soft fists to the thighs. You can determine how high you would like to go up on these, but if you go up high, you have to make sure you come down slow. We just want to make sure that we're doing that right. And we do 3 of those too. I did a few more. Now we're going to tense. So what we're going to do is inhale, tense every muscle in our body. Again. Now we're going to tense and go up on our toes as high as we can go. If you can't go very high, go as high as you can. If you can't go at all, imagine that you're going up on your toes. Now our last cool down is we're going to breathe. We're going to go up, grab a big ball of energy, put it into our bodies and back into the earth. Thanks for watching. That is your Tai Chi for arthritis and fall prevention, 21 movements. I hope you enjoyed it and hope it helps you work on your practice. Thank you.